All right. I'll go ahead and get Ray's done first in case we lose you.
Sorry.
So, pretty much, it's been a little bit of time past that. We'll say it's 2010 for you, and it's the basically like national swim meet competition.
Yep. All right.
This is big competition. We'll say you've had a pretty good year. You can give me a reason on how well you've done this year, what affected that, what allowed your grades to pick up way higher than they did before. Just give me like a brief little explanation, then I'll pick it up from there, homie.
Really, it's mostly his dad sort of like had the talk. They did, and from there he's sort of like, all right, I'll pick my stuff together. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna change as a person though, but I'll pick myself together. And he sort of returned back to his grade. In terms of grades, he's not like the best top student, but he's up there as a student. And in terms of the whole swim meet, he was, I mean, he was pretty good overall.
Yep.
Yeah, it was all thanks to his dad.
So we'll say, pretty much, you've got. Well, you know what? It'll be funny if I just roll this. So, pretty much, you're at the national swim meet that takes place out in Oregon. Not how it happens in real life, but we'll say it happened in Oregon because I rolled a 1d50 for the 50 states.
Oh, damn it. Not in California, huh?
Not today, friend.
That was the Aikido National Internationals.
Back in the warm-up.
Or the other Alex didn't get his slushie as well, and it was red.
There was a lot of red things spilt that day.
Anyway, Ray, it's a very beautiful pool that they have set up. Everything's marked out in line, and they've got basically like 4 rounds of elimination. And pretty much the best of the best throughout the school districts in America are here.
Oh god. Alright. No pressure. You're here for a reason, Ray. Come on, man. Hoo-ah.
Tons of pressure.
Yeah, he's
okay.
Getting ready himself.
You get in the pool, and you see like another 12 people hop into the pool with you. This is round 1. Pretty much, go ahead and give me your swim rolls.
Okay. First one is 11.
Fail.
Quiet.
I'm predicting the future.
So, first race, you don't get eliminated, but you come pretty close to it in your division.
Yep.
You get yourself ready, stretch yourself out. We go to race 2. One more roll.
Hoorah! 14.
Fail.
14? Okay, you managed to stay in the median this time, and pretty much you get to move to the remaining 2 divisions after eliminations. We come to the third, the semifinal.
18.
Yes.
18.
Yep.
So pretty much with that one, you basically get to the higher quartile of people in the second division. Pretty much you're one of 4 people that doesn't get eliminated with their final time in the pool.
Thank you, Julie.
This is the final race for the last group of 12.
Now watch over me for the last one. Let's do this. And he jumps in.
The force was not with you.
You should not have invoked Julie.
Roll a 1d100, please.
Okay.
Has to be above a 40, right?
Has to be above a 40.
87.
Okay. Alright, this final race goes, and you swim your ever-living heart out. And just as you're about to touch the final bit, you see another hand touch just a hair faster than you as you claim second place overall.
Oh, God damn it. He slips a bit into the pool underwater and just gets back up. God. Second,
I'd just
okay.
like to point out, both times
Second.
you rolled a natural 1 was
Yeah.
when you were invoking Julia.
This might be telling for the future. Myrrh.
He's gonna get out of the pool. Yeah, and wait for the awards pretty much. Going second place.
Who's first place?
Aquaman.
You know, no, pretty much it was just like some kid named like Henry from like West Virginia that like lives to swim. Nah, more like from Georgia.
Cousin
Good
Henry?
old Georgia
Good
boy.
Georgia. Yeah, makes it. Yeah.
It's Cousin Henry. Twice removed.
So.
And pretty much you get your award, and it's still a pretty sizable award. And like placing second place overall in like the best of the best, your first go is still like heck of a accomplishment.
Yeah.
And you see your mother and father waiting for you, and your siblings after the pictures and everything.
He gives him like lifts his arm up to them as he then goes to take a shower.
Yeah, after you leave the showers, you come out from the shower area, you look at the pools being cleaned up, and people are stacking up the seats because like the main event's over and everyone's going to the banquet hall afterwards to, you know, celebrate.
Yeah.
Like, my kid did better than your kid. Eat it.
Yeah.
As parents do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then, as you're leaving the shower room, you notice that like a silver limousine pulls up and kind of stops. Then you see a couple people in black suits and like sunglasses come out and start approaching you.
I'll just look at them. Raise.
Yeah, as you look at them eye raised, they come up to you, and you can see that this is like two Asian men, essentially, dressed in very like official black suits that look like they paid like $400 each on them.
Yeah.
Very, basically like black blazer with like a white undershirt, like silver lined vest with pretty much like a black tie that connects it, and just trousers and dress shoes. And you can see that they kind of have like the earpieces and like the sunglasses on. Then pretty much they look at you, then one basically reaches into his jacket and goes, "Ray Kalahale?"
Kahale, yes.
"My apologies, Kalahale. You've been invited to the academy."
Takes it. Looks. Is it letter or is it like a paper?
It's a letter with like a wax seal on it that's got like an M in the seal.
Thank you, sirs.
Another one says, "Congratulations, Mr. Raymond. It's a very rare opportunity."
Looks over it. Yeah. Thanks. He sort of looks a little bit surprised, and he'll go to the banquet hall and he'll go to his parents and show them the letter.
You'll show them the letter, then your mother replies, "Ray, do you know what this means?"
No. It looks like a school invitation.
Mara Howe is in like the top 10% internationally.
So I got into the best college? School?
It's looking like you'll finish the rest of your high school there based off the letter you've shown us, but this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, very few people get to go here. They're cherry-picked across the world.
I guess I got lucky.
Yeah, because then your dad pipes up and we don't have the money to buy our way in like some people do.
Yeah. Maybe it's because of this whole thing. Talented. So it means I'm leaving the country then.
Yeah.
Well, that's...
Only if you want to, though, right?
He thinks for a bit. No, I have to go. I think it's better that I find something new, I guess. Not get stuck in the old life.
Your mother will give you a hug and has like a couple tears of joy.
Yeah, he'll hug back.
Again, year's 2010. Correct me if I'm wrong. You reached the second Dan before age of 16, right?
Yeah, age like he probably hit it around 15 or like 14 going into 15.
Yeah, we'll say
Which
it's
is extremely
like
fast.
we'll say you're on the cusp of doing that, and it's pretty much your school's Aikido tournament. And I'd like to think your career of doing Aikido and Kendo and everything has been pretty solid since you took straight tutelage under your grandfather.
Yeah, he's essentially he's thrown himself into Aikido as like it's the one thing that worked for him when he got grabbed all those years ago. Like he was able to fight back because of what his grandfather taught him, even if it was ineffective. So he threw himself into it, just like his sister threw herself into basically being in crowds and being a socialite.
Yeah. So pretty much, would you say your grades are still like slightly above average, just out of curiosity? This is just me probing.
Gen's a smart kid, and he let's say he's got a mission, so he's keeping up with his grades, but he doesn't do a whole lot other than Aikido and the grades.
So pretty much, I'd like to think since you started doing Aikido in middle school, you've basically had about the best record you could have. Like year after year, you're either in the top percentile or you're taking a tournament win when it does happen. This one is pretty much you're doing a head-to-head Kendo battle in the last phase of the tournament. Tell me your strategy on how you plan to fight this other student that's about the same. He's like slightly shorter than you, but he's like more built.
Well, since his main focus is in Aikido, he kind of brings that into everything he does. So he's gonna essentially try and use his strength against him, get him to overcommit to a swing, and then, let it slide and then hit him instead of taking a blow himself.
Yeah. 1 endurance and 2 attack rolls, and you can use your preferred weapon being the sword, because you are using Kendo swords right now.
All right. I actually don't have any in melee. My only fighting style is Aikido.
Got it.
So that'd be a melee weapon. 10.
10?
And the second one would be, wow, a 20.
Nice. So pretty much, you go into this strategy. Anyway, you do this strategy, and basically this other student that goes to your school. You've had a little bit of a rivalry, but it's been more of like friendly competition. And pretty much you recognize this man as Shikamaru. And pretty much like he's been keeping up with you like the last 2-3 years since he transferred in. And you commit that strategy, and at first it goes well. Then he basically catches what you're doing and lands a good hit on you. Then you're able to come around and basically get him with the jab and knock him out the ring by pushing him, allowing you to ring out the final fight.
Again, kind of wipes the sweat from his brow. Puts the kendo stick in the little holster or whatever that he's got for it, and he's gonna hold his hand out to him. Good fight.
Yeah, you two again.
And if that's it, then he'll
I'd say
look
you
around.
two are walking back and you trade banter back and forth. And he's like, I almost had you this time.
Yeah. Oh, hell, that one swing, I can still feel that in my arm, man.
I'll just say Machin's still feeling it from a couple months ago.
Yeah, I apologize about that one, man. But too much thrust in that.
Yeah. Heck, this is gonna be your, fifth medal in the last 2 years?
6 actually. Had one smaller tournament, but it was technically got a medal.
I'm pretty sure your grandfather's gonna be real proud, man.
I hope so. Oh, let's just say he's been my rock between him and my sister.
Yeah.
But hey, second place ain't bad, and he'll kind of like nudge him.
Yeah, first loser.
Come on, man. You know it could have gone either way. Second
Fair.
place is not bad.
I was just really hoping to get my fourth ban this go around.
I'll get it next time, man. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna be able to stop by the dojo this evening. You tell your grandfather I said hi.
I will. And hey, don't forget, Tuesday, we're having the potluck. So make sure you're there.
Yeah, as long as we have something more than a seaweed wrap this time.
Don't worry. I'll leave subtle hints.
You do that. Alright, see you later.
See you, man. I know. Head off.
I'd say, you pretty much, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just double checking, but you do live with your grandfather at the dojo now, right?
Yes, ever
Okay.
since the incident.
Yeah. So, pretty much, you, make your way to the dojo, and I'd say, the school's close enough to where you could bike back and forth. You kind of, lock your bike into the rack, and then, I'd say at the top of the stairway, there's, notches where, you do, a little scratch based on if you can beat your record going up there from the last time.
Again, will set himself up and then see if he can beat it.
Okay. I'd say, for the sake of simplicity, you, match your last record.
He'll kind of... Damn. Gotta get better. And he'll just jog off, try and find his grandfather, make sure by subtle hint he means to leave 1,000 sticky notes in the fridge.
So you'll pass by, and you pretty much pass by a kitchen room table in the living area of the dojo that your grandfather had converted to a small house area for everyone to live in. Your cousin's at the not cousin, your younger brother Miki's at the computer playing we'll say Battlefield Bad Company 2 or something. Then your sister's also looking over her school notes, perusing a letter that she has on the table.
Again, I'll walk by and just poke Miki and just be like, "You winning?"
Trying. I think this guy's hacking.
Well, and then you just gotta
look at that. You can't fly in the air like that. Bullshit.
Yeah, that's probably not how the game was intended. But that just means you gotta be all. You just gotta show him that you're all that much better than he is by kicking his ass even still. And he'll kind of like pat him on the shoulder and walk off to see to see what Akira's doing.
Fucking kill switch. And then your sister pretty much just like is doing her homework, then has a letter on the table, and then like she gives you a bit of a look like, hey, give me a minute and I'll get back with you.
He's like, all right, and he'll I guess he'll go put his medal away.
Yeah. You put your medal away, then you basically see your grandfather sitting outside in the garden, like meditating outside.
Again, we'll approach, and he won't interrupt his grandfather, but he'll kind of like sit there and not quite join, but be like that off to the side presence of like, hey, I'm here, but I'm not interrupting you. But when you're done, I kind of wouldn't mind talking.
Yeah, he finishes up, then you can see like your grandfather's aged a decent bit since the last scene we saw him looking closer to the portrait he is now. And then you see him kind of pull out his glasses and put them on. And he wasn't long, it was only like 5 minutes after you arrived. You get the gist that he was mostly done meditating. And he just kind of pulls his head up where he was leaned in on himself and just kind of sits straight up. Gensun.
Grandfather? I got first in the tournament.
Very good.
Thank you, Grandfather.
With how many medals you're getting, we're going to have to get you a wall.
Where they are now is fine. They shine, but it does not mean we need to display them everywhere.
Very, very honorable again.
Just wanted to make sure that you had gone out to grab the food for Tuesday.
I was about to. You have to understand, I'm getting a little too old.
You're still as strong as an ox, though, Grandpa.
Do you know how you were given the name Genki?
No, I never got to ask Dad.
He gave you that name after my father.
Well, then I hope I'm doing him proud.
You are. Your father and his grandfather had a great relationship. He taught your dad everything he knew about Aikido. I was still doing my laps at the time.
Again, kind of just is silent, thinking about his father, about the incident, but also about the good times. How he used to take his father used to take him to the dojo or to the park and just do the things that you do with your father when you're a young boy. I miss him.
It's a shame he left us so soon. You know, both of them get to live on through you, through me, and through all of us, as is the way.
Of course, Grandpa.
And he'll get up and turn to you. What's your grandfather's a pretty like tall man, like he's kicking like 6'7" in height.
Towers over even again.
Yeah. And then he basically says, again, after this last tournament, I think something's in order.
What do you mean, Grandpa?
This came in the mail for you today. And he basically holds out both of his hands as he pulls up a letter.
Jen will stand and take the letter. Does it look like the one Akari had?
Yeah.
He'll flip it over, kind of look at it. And he'll look to his grandfather as he's like looking to open it, like, may I?
He gives you a small nod.
And he'll crack it open and see what's inside.
You again have been invited to attend the prestigious Marahawa Academy starting at the next school year. Scholarship through Aikido and biology. It's more lavish than that, but that's the gist.
Yeah, that's this is, you know, the program that you got in through. You got in through our physical martial arts one and our biology one.
Yep.
Marihara. That's incredible. The nervousness that he had previously is kind of like quickly fading as he reads through it, and it's kind of dawning on him that his hard work paid off, and he's now going to a very prestigious school. Wait, Akari had a similar one.
Yes, Genson.
This is amazing.
And to celebrate, I think you getting second dans in order.
And he doesn't comprehend that for a second, and then like, second dance. Thank you, grandfather. And he'll like go and he'll hug him. This is such a great day.
He just smirks and gives you a nod.
And he's just kind of struck speechless,
And I think that's a beautiful point to end that scene on. Alexander.
Yay. It's my turn.
Yep. The year is, I'm gonna say 2011. It's pretty much like early in the year. Like you've only been at school like maybe about 3-4 weeks. Explain to me how, like, after the first year or so of not having contact with your sister, how would that have affected your studies and studying of code?
It would have affected me by making me less focused in school. In coding, I doubt that Alex would have had any problems, because he knows that the only way to meet his sister again is to either do something that he's really good at and talented in, or continuing on finding a different path to a sister.
Okay. I'm gonna say, like, you did obsess over coding, and pretty much, like, you've done decent in school, but like you said, you would have focused less on your grades. Pretty much it seems to be like a normal day at school, and you're in computer lab, basically like practicing C++, which you already know it like the back of your hand. And then you get an email randomly.
I I will uh, check where this email is coming from.
Yeah. After you check the email, you pretty much notice that, like, this is weird, like, really, really, really weird. And you notice that this isn't any describable text in the email. Like, the from address is basically just like an IP with a couple numbers missing. And then the 2 is yours, and then the bottom's just like bits of code.
Mm-hmm.
As you spend the next like few minutes like trying to figure the code out, you recognize this is very like it's not obscure code, but it's old code. And you know that textbook down in the library would basically be able to help you like decipher it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Being intrigued by this old code that he just received from this unknown email, Alex would get up from his comfortable chair and walk up to the bookshelf and look for the corresponding book for this old code.
Yeah, you find it pretty easily, and basically, like, it's talking about like early script from like the 90s, essentially. Like, after the proto era internet days of like the late 80s into the early 90s when scripting and coding was becoming like big. This is like what that book focuses on. And as you go through the code, you basically are able to pull it up in another window and translate it. And then it says, after you translate, it says, "I'm so sorry. Come find me."
That's all.
Yep. It was only like 2 lines of code.
Okay. Finding out this message is quite disturbing for Alex. Uh, um, and he'll try to recall if he knows anybody that knows this code.
You know a couple people. I'd say you're eventually able to go one of the computer techs. We'll just call him Jeff. And pretty much he translates the same thing you did, but he basically is like, if you're at your own home computer, dude, you can just like trace this IP because it's pretty bare bones.
All right. School is still going on, right?
Yeah.
Are there any cameras?
Yes.
Are there any cameras near the fire alarms?
Probably.
Literally all of them.
Okay, then I'll probably I want to say I'm going to try to hack the school's cameras and turn them off. Then walk
My
up to.
dude. You're overcomplicating this. It's a Californian school. You can just walk the fuck out.
I mean, let me be awesome, okay? Yeah, can I be awesome for once? You legit won a competition.
I know.
Daniel here.
I'm telling you, my man. Way overcomplicating it.
Daniel here saved somebody's life, even though it's more likely that person would have died. We have Ray here.
That was an actual treatment, though. Like, I researched that. Like, there's multiple cases of holding an artery shut.
I know. But all of them got to do awesome things.
I'm not saying you won't. This is Chris saying, like, you're making it too hard, and I'm laughing.
I know. Let me do my thing, Chris.
Right? Hack the shit out of the school. Like, go
Yeah.
for it, my
This is
dude.
like the This is like the moment in all of those sci-fi action movies that it's just like, if I recalibrate the second null circuit and reverse the polarization of the 37th polaron wave flux radiator, then I can bounce the
gain more
reflection off the moon
midichlorians.
And there's
and
just like
heat
the
the
dude next to him
midichlorians from within the crust.
licks it off.
All right, guys. Let's do Kevin's scene.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I'll do that.
All right, roll me an interface.
A what now?
Interface. It's your ability as a net runner.
No mods, right?
No mods.
A 19.
19. Sweet. So pretty much like most public schools in America don't have that great of a lock on the CCT, because I remember 4chan hacking one time and playing a whole bunch of inappropriate songs over one. So 4chan can do it, so can you. You're able
the
to.
Creator of 4chan.
You're not Moot.
Down.
Moot, you are not. We are not graceful enough to have Moot summoned here. Anyway, you're able to create a brief pause in like the cameras in the computer room. It gives you about 20 minutes, and you do have a pretty good idea on how to do a trace back to this IP. So just roll me one awareness.
A 17.
17. So pretty much after you trace the IP back, you can see that this IP basically gets really garfunkled. Like you're going through firewall after firewall, encryption after encryption, and the further you dig, you're wondering how the F did this thing get through all of these barriers. Then when you trace it back, it basically turns to a special message in it that basically codes out to gilded M in the middle of it. And it says, Alexander Chen, congratulations on your invitation to Marahawa Academy for excellence in the field of coding and computer biometrics.
Fudge. I would be shocked, slightly disturbed, and wondering if this is a prank.
It's just a prank, bro. You don't really get to go to prestigious school. Fuck you. No, it's... If your character wonders if it's a prank, you can wonder it.
Yeah, he probably takes like 2 minutes to wonder.
And then pretty much you get another email notification that gives you like all of your enrollment info should you actually like want to do it. And then the school computers come back. Well, the school cameras come back on.
No, I just press the fire alarm and leave.
You do. Everyone runs out the school because people start screaming, "Oh my god, it's a fire!"
I mean, if this is California, they're probably screaming, "Really again?"
Yeah, let's be for real. That they would be like, "Oh man, is it Tuesday?"
No, legitimately. Like, we go through these drills all the fucking time.
Yeah, so like needless to say, you get through the fire alarm drill, and then you basically use it as your chance to like, at F school, I'm going home, and then when you go home,
passed Chris by.
What?
I passed Chris by.
Probably.
I just nod to you and go, "Sup?"
When you get home, you notice that there's a letter in the mailbox that matches the one that you got the email for.
I take it and just hide it.
Okay. You're in your room, and then you basically still have that email on your phone that you had before. And you notice that you might have missed a couple things. You run your trace again. And after you run that trace, you notice that the surface email was written by Sarah Chen.
Now that message makes sense. Is there anything other than
Nope. But you
Nope.
get a feeling that the Academy inviting you to come after you got into like their basic firewall test is a little convenient.
too convenient? I'll probably call my mother and
Well, you know what? We will have an actual phone.
mother.
Why, hello, son. just kidding. I'm JK. Hello?
Where are you?
I'm at the grocery store. I'll be home in 2 minutes. What's up?
I received this email and I'm worried.
What was the email about?
Well, I received this email with this old coding. What was it?
Okay.
What was the What was it? What was the message again?
I'm sorry. Come find me.
I think it's from Sarah,
Oh, well, that's lovely.
but I haven't spoken to her for over a year, and she usually wouldn't send me a code. And the weird thing is, she was saying sorry and then saying come find her.
Probably means she just wants you to visit. You know, coding's her major at Marhawa.
Yeah, but if she wanted me to visit, she wouldn't have sent me code. She would have just told me in general.
Or maybe she wanted to give you a puzzle. You've gotten into coding too a lot.
Have you spoken to her?
Yeah, we hear from her by mail every couple weeks. She's been very, very busy, but she's getting top marks at the school. And we got some pictures last Halloween. Sarah's fine. She probably just misses you, dear.
Hmm. I also got a mail today from the academy.
You mean the same academy?
Yes, it's too much of a coincidence.
Honey, that is amazing news. Do you know how few people get to go to that school? You'll even get to go with your sister. You don't even have to visit her.
But I she
Susan,
would have.
my kid got into Marahawa. Both of them. It's awesome. Okay, what were you saying, honey?
I mean, she wouldn't have sent me an email if she wanted me to come visit her.
Well, if she wanted you to get into the school too, I mean, that would be an interesting test.
That is true. She hasn't mentioned anything weird, right?
No, she's been perfectly fine. I think you should take this as the blessing, and we're gonna have pierogies tonight to celebrate.
All right.
Okay, I'll be home in about 5-10 minutes, dear. I just got out the store. This is wonderful, wonderful news, and I think you should take it as that.
All right. Hopefully, my worries are just, false alarms.
Yeah. All right. See you in a sec, dear.
Okay, Mom.
Boo-doo-doo. Okay. Final scene of the night. Technically the morning now. Okay, Daniel. This is December of 2011.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting at home, your sister made a full recovery, and you've been kind of killing it the last 2-3 years of school, and you've started skipping grades pretty significantly.
Soon I will be youngest doctor in all of Berlin. But that is too big-headed. I must not be this way. I must try. I must apply it myself. How else will I get certified?
Then, pretty much, you see on your desk that, well, not on your desk, but like a little pin board above your computer that there's a newspaper article about the day of the crash. And then you also have a couple other news clippings. Your mother comes home and she goes, Daniel?
Yes? Is there something wrong, mother?
No. So the city wanted to send one more plaque for what you did. And then on top of that, you were invited to the Berlin National Medical Test this year.
With that, his jaw just drops. What?
Sorry, did I stutter?
No, I think I had something crazy in my ear.
But you've been invited to the National Medical Test. This is unbelievably good news, Daniel.
It is. I can barely believe it. This is amazing.
Unfortunately, me and your father are busy. It's our anniversary this weekend, so we're going to have your uncle take you to the test, but we'll be with you right afterwards.
That is wunderbar. I hope you have a great time. Und I don't know if I'm ahead enough in my homework to... what am I saying? Of course I am. I am 6.5 months ahead in maths and English. And German.
So without a doubt, I think you can afford to do this.
I can, but I need to get back home quickly to defend my title.
Come again, dear.
Oh, I am the furthest ahead in the entire academy in terms of homework. So if I do not defend my title by applying myself, then I will fall behind my goal.
She just kind of nods. And
what is this weird alien child that I sired?
And we'll fast forward to you taking the Berlin National Medical Test. So you see it. This is a group of handpicked 200 people. Go ahead and roll me a couple medicine rolls. 18 to 24.
Whoa.
So pretty much you sit down at the table. They bring you out finely sharpened number 2 pencils. They have an intricate Scantron and a multi-packet test there and a calculator and everything ready. And you sit down and you're basically I was born to do this. And without any real hesitation, we'll say you probably finished the test about maybe 15, 20 minutes early. And then you basically put your Scantron in the pile, then you wait for your score to come back.
I will feed Bubba's while I wait. And take and clean up his poo. I don't know if you remember that.
Your Tamagotchi appreciates it. You take care of your Bubbles. And after Bubbles is amply taken care of, pretty much you get your test back, and you get pretty much like the highest grade you could, like 110%, because you passed everything and the extra credit section.
This is a fantastic day. Daniel starts like looking around, like, what's going to mess this up?
And then as you look around in awe, you basically turn and you see like a group of like 3 people in black suits.
Zed is. He's assuming that this is going to be like government agents that abduct him or something.
So like they stand there, and then like the one to the side goes, oh, my mouth was like, then he turns it over. Then the one on that goes, then the one in the middle goes, are you Daniel Augustus Weber?
That is my name. I don't know what I did. I hope it wasn't too bad.
Well, Mr. Weber, we've kept our eye on you for quite some time, and I'm honored to present you with this invitation to the Academy.
Which academy?
The one and only Marahawa. And that is where we'll end this session.